You're listening to the Moody Mommies podcast.
Audio warning. You may or may not hear kids screaming and yelling in the background, or us screaming or yelling at them to keep it together. Moody Mommies.
That time, guys. I'm
On
Vanessa.
the road. And I'm Jessica, always the one with the jacked up voice.
I think we're twinning on that department now.
This is why I could never be a singer. I always think about that. Not that I know how to sing, because I definitely don't. But I always think, like, man, if I was a singer, I would have to cancel my tour all the time. But my voice is always broke down whenever I'm stressed.
And then everyone would be like, low-key, she's in rehab again.
And I have all the rumors
She's
about me.
dehydrated again. Sure.
It's exhaustion. She's going through exhaustion.
For real.
But I think that actually might be what it is.
Mm-hmm. I'm tired of yelling at small children all day.
Man, yesterday we all got like 3 hours of sleep.
I know. So we're currently on vacation mode right now, guys. We're in Big Bear, reporting to you live.
Live-ish. We are live, but when this comes out, it won't be live for you.
True.
Maybe heavily edited. We'll see what comes out. We're drinking wine right now.
We are. We're going to be honest.
With the new, in this elevation, who knows what it's going to bring to our heads.
I mean, time will tell. Let's see how this episode goes.
Yep, we'll see. So,
What are we going to talk about today?
well, we first wanted to talk about the crazy news that everybody got over the weekend, right?
Yes, let's get into that because...
First and foremost, right? Doesn't come second to anything.
No.
I don't even, want to say it.
I know. It's like the hardest thing ever. And, of course, we're not the biggest sportsy kind of girls.
No.
We don't watch basketball.
Never. I don't think I've ever watched the game.
I have. There was a period where I would follow the Lakers, really good. I even went to the Laker parade when they won the championship. So, us losing Kobe this weekend was...
I'm pretty certain everybody, when they first heard the news, was just like, this is a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
There's no way that this man
It
is
felt like
gone.
there was no way it could be real. It's like, oh, here we go, TMZ messing things up, like when they reported Lil Wayne was dead, or,
I never heard that.
yeah, it was all over the radio. I was on my way to
Really?
Vegas one time, and they were reporting that he was, on his last breath. His mom was there, everything. I
don't remember that.
I swear, Jess.
I believe you. I just
when
don't
we
remember
were,
that.
I honestly want to say it was when we were going up there for my 21st birthday. I'm going to look into it. I'll Google it. But, yeah.
You thought it was one of those situations?
Yes. I was like, please, okay, well, the way I found out is I woke up that day. I was on the phone with my sister. My phone died. Jumped in the shower. Got out. Text her hey, sorry, my phone died. Called my mom to see how she was doing. And I'm on the phone with my mom, and my phone gets a text. And my sister responds to me, and she just tells me, oh, my God, sister, Kobe's dead. And I'm like, Kobe died. And I'm like, I'm talking to my mom, but I'm, reading her text, and I'm just like, what the? Hold, Mom, I can't even, couldn't hear her. I was just, in a fog, And I, instantly started freaking out. And so I text her back, WTF? How? What are you talking about? And she's like, a helicopter crash, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not real. And I just chill, all down my body. I was just so heartbroken. Instantly I was telling my mom and dad. They turned on the news right away. It was just the rest of the day was all about Kobe.
Yeah. This whole week is,
Yep.
There's been a few, hours here and there where I'm not thinking about it, but I'm mostly thinking about it.
Right, of course.
And like you're saying, I'm not a sports fan. I'm not even necessarily a Kobe fan. It's just kind of oh, I know who he is.
Right.
But I think just to see, what he was to the community and to everyone, like what kind of father he was, and now, I had never even really watched any of his interviews or anything, but now they're all up on the Explore page, and I'm just like, dude, this is super sad. It's so tragic.
And like his quotes and just things that he wanted to do in his life, he had so many more things to come, and it was just his time got cut so short. And we heard the news about him, and everything was breaking, minute by minute. And they had mentioned that he was on his way to practice for his daughter. And I instantly was just like, please, God, don't let his daughter have been on the helicopter with him. Like, there's no way, And, like, an hour, 2 hours later, they reported that she was on there, too. Mm-hmm. And us being parents, I mean... Yeah. How are there any words? There's none. And
because then you start automatically thinking about, what were their like last words to each other? What were their last moments like? And were they still strapped in their seats, like just screaming toward each other? Were they able to hold each other?
Were they even able to react?
Was it just like instant? They're gone.
Yeah, and it's so terrible. And I know a lot of people are really upset now because TMZ reported the news about his death before the police had a chance to tell all the families on their own. Yeah.
Oh, really?
They're getting a lot of heat right now. That Harvey, the main guy with his name, Harvey Levin or something. Yeah, so everybody's, like, talking a lot of smack. Even the cops, like, called them out on the press conference. Like, it's extremely disrespectful to find out that your family members are dead on TMZ. And it's true. Like, who knows? What if that's how Vanessa found out? If she has, like, Google alerts on him, I mean...
Right.
Dude, who knows, Let's hope to God not, but...
Yeah, because they didn't mention anybody else... other than him to begin with, right? It was just him.
And the reason they knew it was him was because TMZ followed him from where he left from before that. So they watched him and Gigi get on the helicopter.
And the other people. That's where they had like an estimate of how many people were on the helicopter.
Yes, that's why they were saying 5. And then it went up to 9. So it was terrible,
There's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. I didn't even know helicopters could fit that many people.
That was a big chopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think seeing all the photos of him and her together and how she's like his prodigy is just...
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Like, she was really going to be like the female version of her dad. Like, so terrible. Did you see that video of her playing... basketball in high heels?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
That was really cute.
I was bawling crying when I seen that because I'm just like, wow, that little girl is so talented.
Yeah, and then I felt kind of like so morbid where I was just like, oh my God, I want to see what Vanessa's feeling right now. Mm-hmm. And it's just like I go to her Instagram page, I'm like, oh my God, her page is private. And I'm just like, has she said anything? Yeah. But even though, of course, E! News would be on top of it if she had said anything. Right. So as soon as she did, I did see it through E! News, and I was able to click the link and saw that she had taken everything off of private, but she disabled comments from everything.
Oh, really?
So, because, like, she's been tagged a bazillion times.
Her phone's probably just, like, broken, going off. Like, can you imagine all her family and friends, like, texting her, calling her every second of the day, like, when they found out, and... just trying to be there to support her every day since. That phone is probably nonstop right now. And then social media on top of that.
Yeah. And just thinking about how sad and how... Okay, so for me, I feel like I'm not really... I can't think of the word. Where, like, when somebody dies, it, like, bothers me.
You're not a very, like, emotional person.
Like, I don't like, soak in it. I just,
You get over it really...
Yeah, not that I get over it, but I'm just kind of like, okay, like, it happened, and that's how life is, and that's how,
Accepting of it.
Right. But then just seeing how somebody that I don't even know has just been stuck in my mind, then I feel like, well, maybe I think that that's how I am, but maybe I'm not. And I just, you know, I don't know. It's just, I'm at a different point in my life now, I think, than I was when the people that were closest, like when our grandma died or my grandpa died, like I didn't have any kids yet, so I didn't really understand it. And I think, right, and I think now that I have a family, everything is gonna be really different.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. You know, like, imagine just your husband and your child the same day. Like, no one ever wants to imagine that.
I read somewhere, I don't even know if this is true, that I didn't even read an article, I just read the headline saying that they made a deal to never get on that helicopter together.
Mm-hmm. But they said, I read a new one today on People that said that it wasn't a fear-based deal. Like, they didn't do it based off of fear. I guess it was just for, like, kind of safety, you know? But if you want to be safe, you have to have fear they kind of go hand in hand. So.
I mean, kind of just like with the president, right? The vice president never flies with him just in case something happens to the president. There's still somebody there to take his place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll never travel together.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I just read so much, and that day, and even still, when I go to look at people's stories, every single story is about
Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the thing about Vanessa is she's dealing with all of this, and she has an 8-month-old baby on top of it. So, like, that poor child is never going to know how amazing her daddy was. And just having all these emotional things that Vanessa's going through, and then to have this little tiny baby who has no clue what's going on and just needs you, you know? And it's just like, how do you split yourself in two like that? To not lose these precious moments with your baby, but also grieve in this moment. So I can't stop thinking about her and what she's going through. Like, I feel so bad.
Yeah, and I think that's how most of us feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when my friends had messaged our group chat at like 2 a.m, and nobody ever usually hits that group chat that late. We're just kind of, all right, you know, everybody.
Through the day, if we see some funny stuff, we'll shoot it to each other.
Yeah, but once it gets too late, it's like, I can wait till the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But she was just freaking out in the middle of the night, like, oh my God, I read this. And like, is it my pregnancy hormones? And
I mean, and we were here, and you're the one that told me, like, oh, she broke her silence, like she took her page off of private.
Yeah.
And I'm like, give me a minute. And I like straight sat here and read it and cried, like.
Yeah, it was devastating.
And it's really hard. Really, really
And
hard.
I feel like I didn't even know the weight of the word devastating.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like making more and more sense to me. Of
like that unimaginable tragedy. Like all of those words, when you hear them being used in this topic, it's just like, yep, those are the exact words to say about this. Because this is a tragedy. This is an unthinkable thing. This is an unimaginable, like.
Right. And what me and my sister-in-law were talking about was that when it's like an accidental overdose or some like weird like gang-related thing
Leading up to it.
Right. It hits different.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different. Or when it's like a suicide or whatever, you're just like, man, you know, mental health, what was this person thinking about? But like, this had nothing to do with any of that. It was just like random.
So random. I know, I'm really curious to find out what the cause of the crash was. And it's so crazy. Like, I told my mom, I'm like, I am a witch. I know I am, because, dude, it's so weird. I was watching, like, the Kardashian stories, like, not too long ago. And I was seeing how, like, they're always jumping on these private planes and whatnot. And I was just like, dude, that would be so, like, these girls are crazy. They just jump on these planes, literally like, oh, I'm gonna get there in 2 hours. Bam, let me jump on a plane. Bam. It's not. It's like a car to them. And I just thought about like, yeah, we take a risk every day just waking up and going outside and getting in our cars.
Right.
But I don't know. When I'm up in the air, I feel very uneasy. So I just don't understand how they do it so often. And then how Kylie mentioned that she's been on that same helicopter with that same pilot like a couple of times. So it just like hit her like a whole nother way, because I'm sure she's feeling like that could have been me. Like that could have been me and my baby. So it's terrible. I thought it was his helicopter, but I don't think it was.
Yeah, I just assumed that. I didn't look into it at all.
I don't know if he even owned his own, actually.
Or if he would just run him. I mean, if he's going and flying to practice and everything all the time, maybe there's just a service that he uses always.
Yeah, I think that same one that they use. Too much. So, like everyone else in the world, we've been grieving Kobe too. I was really happy that Vanessa posted about that. What is it? That foundation that she made for him. That's really awesome. Yeah. To help all the other people. And that's another thing, you know. Of course, there was a lot of other people that lost their lives that day, and our hearts are with them too. But yeah, it's just the media feeds us Kobe, 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 and that's like we all know him and feel like we see him all the time. So it's just like it hits different.
I am curious about. I saw a couple people posting about how they didn't like that people were saying, but you didn't even know him personally. How could you be bothered by this? And I'm just wondering, like, who are the people that are saying that? Yeah. Because everybody has been affected by this. So who are those people that are saying, like, you didn't know Kobe?
But it doesn't matter. Like, if there was a little girl that got hit by a car, you're going to feel, if you watch it on the news, you're going to feel sorry for this little person. It doesn't, and they're a complete stranger. It doesn't matter. And we watch Kobe on TV. We see him on commercials. Nike, like, he's all over the place. So who doesn't know who he is? He's like Mickey Mouse, you know, like, legit. So it's crazy. I think some people just are really loose with their lips sometimes, and they don't really think about what they're saying before they say it. Yeah. Honestly.
It's hilarious. I really watch it.
Our husbands are here, and we told them they weren't allowed to talk or watch TV, so they're watching a movie on subtitles. It's kind of cute. Real MVPs right there.
Real MVPs. They're chilling right now.
Low-key hating us, giving us laser eyes.
They're trying to read. None of them have their glasses on. Their little squinty eyes over there.
Yeah, there's been a lot, and I'm sure there's going to be so much more to come. We haven't even got to his funeral yet.
Oh, I can't even imagine what that's going to be like, because I didn't know. I mean, I heard the name Nipsey Hussle, but like didn't know anything about him until after he died. And his funeral was massive. His social media following, everybody saying stuff about him, that was like pretty massive too. And this is on just another level. Yep. I don't know what they're gonna do. And I don't know if it was your mom or somebody who said it was just like when Michael Jackson died. I'm like, but not really, because Michael Jackson had kind of lost warmth in a lot of people's hearts already. Yeah.
He was already, I mean,
everybody thought he was a pedophile already.
I just, honestly, when I think back about Michael Jackson, I'm like, how stupid were we? Like, we were really convinced that this little boy just has sleepovers. I mean, this man has sleepovers with little boys, and he's always with little boys. Like, if Drake was doing that, would we be like, oh yeah, he just never had a childhood, it's cool, it's normal? We would be like, what's up with Drake? Like, why is he always with these little boys, you know? So I really think, like, his talent totally blinded everyone to just, he deceived us, like, completely.
Yeah, and that was just, and, like, even yes, every death is a tragedy, but like the way he went, it was more like he like couldn't even live as a normal person anymore. You know, he was just getting like drugged up every
to
day
function.
to just this. I need to sleep. You know, put this in me. And so what ended up happening with that? The doctor just like overdosed him or something?
It was the propofol, yeah. Or something like that. Yeah, they gave him too much.
Yeah. And...
But that drug is only supposed to be used, I think, when you're having a surgery.
And they were just giving it to him so he can go to sleep at night every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like this man had like major
he knew
issues.
the risks, like, of what he was doing every day. But...
It was still shocking, but this is just like... This isn't that.
No. Because he literally got in the helicopter expecting to show up to that practice and go on with his day, you know?
Imagine the people who were waiting for him there.
I know. And then, like, the people that lost their lives with him, I think they were, like, parents of, like, Gigi's friends, right?
There was other kids on there, too.
There was 2 kids, and then their parents, the parents of the kids. Like, one of the kids had their mom and dad, and then the other one, I think, just had one parent.
I think it was just 2. I think it might have been a coach and then 2 other kids. There was 4 kids in total.
Wow.
Yeah. Right? So the pilot, Kobe, his daughter, a parent and 1 child, and then a coach, and then 2 more kids.
Wow. But I
think
saw one, and the mom, the dad, and the daughter all had the same last name.
Yeah. That's the one little family.
Oh, okay.
But then there was that lady who had a different last name, and then 2 other girls who had the same.
So she was probably just, like,
that's what I'm
chaperoning them or
yeah,
something?
Yeah. That's what I'm assuming. Obviously, I don't know any details. But that's what I got out of it.
Wow.
So that's kind of like, on top of usually, we're on this trip right now for my birthday. Usually for my birthday, I'm always a downer. That's just who I am.
I mean, I get it every year, too. Birthday blues. It's a real thing.
I guess. It is, I guess, a real thing. One year, we're like, Ernie and I had gone to Vegas with some friends, and these are friends we hung out with all the time, and we were super pumped to go. We get to Vegas, and I
did not feel it.
I didn't want to leave my room. I did not want to leave my room. And we had got in a room that had, like, multiple bedrooms in it, and I was just, like, in my bedroom the whole time.
Wow.
And they're just like, well, we haven't been to Vegas in a long time. I'm like,
bye.
Yeah. Do what you guys gotta do, but I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything.
I used to get like that really, really bad for my birthday. Like bad. Like where I would cry on my birthday every year. And I feel like when I got like super skinny and I was like all depressed, like every day of my life I thought I was going to die. Like I was so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, what if I don't see tomorrow? What if I leave my kids here, you know? And so now, like I've had 2 birthdays ever since then, and I appreciate them a lot more now. Like I've like look at getting older as a privilege instead of like something to be sad about. Like I really do. Like because you never know when it's gonna be your last birthday. Yeah. So it is weird though that you get that like naturally, huh? It's like a birthday depression thing, you know? Yeah. I'm telling you, I used to get it bad. My sisters would be like prying me out of the room like, no, you're gonna be happy today. Like we're gonna celebrate you whether you like it or not, you know? Yeah. And so, but luckily we have all these kids to...
Yeah, but then Justine was giving me a hard time yesterday, so my birthday was full of like...
frustration.
Yeah. She's about to get chokeslammed. Just kidding.
The birthday special.
The people's elbow. The birthday elbow.
The body slam.
Yeah, but she did it better today. But yesterday was just like, it's my birthday. And on my birthday.
They know, though. It's like they always know, like, oh, it's your special day? I'm going to ruin this shit.
You trying to have a good time?
You want to have fun today? Please, lady.
Good luck with that. And on my birthday,
cancel Christmas.
My mom didn't want to share her cookies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That was a classic moment.
Tell Jacked up. My mom had some bought 2 flavored cookies, and I'm like, oh, are these yours? And she was like, yeah, but eat the chocolate chip ones. And then she's like, oh, wait, do you like oatmeal too? I'm like, why? You don't want me to eat oatmeal because they're your favorite? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, and on my birthday, I can't even have a cookie that I like. I gotta have the one that you don't like.
Eat the other ones. I don't really like those as much.
Yeah. Rude. So rude.
And then the story you shared right before that, or right after that, about her reaching over to have your brother taste the cookie.
Yeah. My mom's favorite child is obviously my brother. We're in the kitchen, and she's like, oh my God, this cookie's so delicious. Reaches across my face and offers it to my brother. Like, that was rude. What if I wanted to try a cookie? I like cookies. I'm the cookie monster. I'm unhappy when I don't have cookies. Maybe I would have had a better day if it was filled with a cookie shower. I know. Just what it tastes like. No. Wasn't the case. I only had chocolate chip cookies this trip.
Sorry about it.
So, it's not your fault.
Gosh.
Yeah, but it's been good. It's been really mellow. I haven't really felt overwhelmed. There's been a lot of us here to kind of help each other out when someone's feeling a little like can't do with these kids anymore.
Wild.
Tap somebody else in.
Mm-hmm.
It's really like the wrestling ring right here.
Mm-hmm.
Tapped in. Go ahead and go.
It's your turn. I'm done.
So how about we do a little section where it's just somebody asks us for advice on something and we just talk about that for 5 minutes.
Let's do it.
All right, so what do you want to do? You want to do how we got our babies muscle strong, or how we convince our kids to sometimes sit down and eat?
Let's do the body strength.
Okay. So one of my friends is having a baby soon, and we kind of noticed that quite a few little ones that we know, kind of just...
Or floppy babies.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Sometimes you just hold your baby a lot because you're just squeezing in all that new babiness. Or you don't have the right kind of flooring, so you don't want to put your baby down. Or it's just...
Or you just don't know any better, and you don't know the right things you should be doing to make sure your children are hitting those milestones.
Yeah. So my friend asked how... Because Justine started walking when she was 7 months old, right?
Luna, too.
Yeah. She started walking at 7 months?
7.5. 7 and 2 weeks.
Yeah. These crazy kids.
Mm-hmm.
These crazy kids. She was, potty trained herself by, 1, didn't she?
Luna?
Yeah.
She was fully potty trained 16 months. But, yeah, she was going pee and poop in the toilet when she was 10 months.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's insane. But amazing.
I know. I love her. She's
smarty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the question was, how do we get our babies to have strong cores, pretty much? How do we get them moving and not just looking like a lazy baby,
Mm-hmm.
So what our doctor has always recommended and what we hear all the time is
Tummy time. It's the secret to success, guys. It really is. And with my first baby, I didn't do tummy time a lot. Zoe hated it. She was the first one. I didn't have a bunch of baby toys yet to keep her on her tummy, to keep her distracted and busy. So we would put her on her tummy and she would hate it, and we would give her way, and
I mean, in the beginning, you're not going to leave them like that for 30 minutes. You try it for a minute or two, and then you just gradually start doing it for more and more time. But you cannot do it until their belly button falls off.
Falls off, yes. But it happens so fast.
Yeah, within
a
2
week,
a week
2
or 2.
weeks,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, another thing, like Jessica mentioned, if you have a problem with, I have hard floors or whatever, I know you can also do tummy time on you. So you can put the baby on your chest, on their tummy, and lay on the floor and just let them use their upper body to wiggle around. And that's how they build their strength.
Yeah. And they're going to start being more balanced once they start getting their neck strength together. And that's going to be the first thing to come in, right, is their neck strength. They're going to start looking left to right eventually. And then, you know, by 3 months, they start rolling over. They should be. And for me, what I've always had was toys that are a little higher, like not just on the ground, like the little table activities. So I kind of hold my daughters up so they're able to see the top. And I feel like that's kind of built their core a little bit because they're having to use their muscles to keep themselves standing to look at stuff. And yeah, just consistency, right?
Yeah, even if it's like I said, they don't like it, do it 2 minutes. Okay, bam. Give them 10 minutes, do it 2 minutes again. You know, like every however often you feel like, okay, that was enough. I think they did a solid 15, 20 minutes today. That's good. You know, it's like a workout.
Yeah. And they are babies. There's going to be times where they don't want to do it. And you can't force them. It's like, okay, well, wait, we'll try it a little bit later, though.
You'll find your times of the day that are just better. Maybe after nap.
But like you said, the toys are, like, really important.
They are.
Because they need something that they want to get.
To, like, encourage them and keep them motivated. Like, ooh, I need that thing over there. Yeah, so with Luna, it was like tummy time central, like every day. It was so cute. Me and Zoe would like put her little mat down, put out all her little toys, and then we would lay on our tummy and just like play with her. And she would just go at it with us until she got, you know, babies get tired of stuff. Get everybody else. So when she would had enough, we had enough, and she was great, you know. But I think, too, a lot of people are afraid of all of these Mexican myths that we have, you know, like, oh, don't do that to the baby. They're going to be bow-legged.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do this. Don't do that, you know. So you just can't be afraid to push your baby, you know, like expect more out of them. Because if you feel like it's something that you're concerned that it may not be okay for them, then just ask your doctor if it's
right. Yeah, that's the big thing too. One of my friend is always asking me stuff, and yes, we do have advice, but we are not medical professionals. Right. We don't know your child's situation. We don't know your situation. We can't see your body. You know, like if you feel like something isn't right, you need to talk to your doctors.
Yeah.
You
Definitely.
need to talk to them.
Speak up.
Because they are there to support you.
Even if it's just a question, you know.
You can just email them real quick.
Yeah.
And their staff will email you back. And if it's something that they can't discuss over email, they'll just tell you to come in. And you guys can talk about it there.
You know, I love our doctor because they have the overnight, like, on call. So if something happens, like, throughout the day, I just call him and ask him, like, hey, she started doing this, whatever. Oh, yeah, do this, and that. And if it continues, call us on Monday, you know. So it's really nice to just have that in your back pocket to kind of give you that peace of mind, especially when it's, like, late at night. You don't want to take the baby out to the freaking emergency or whatever the case.
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely.
Tummy time.
Tummy time is secret to success.
Yeah, and it keeps them from getting that little flat head, too.
Yes, that's another thing. I'd never heard of that before. I had Zoe, and I was, like, so mad. Like, what the heck? Nobody ever told me, like, you can't do this or your baby's head's gonna get flat. Like, it's so crazy.
It's legit. My head's flat.
I know. I'm pretty sure my head's flat, too. But now it's, like, happened to both of our babies, and I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it doesn't really bother me too much. Because I feel like, I lived my life with a flat head. It hasn't.
It don't affect me.
Yeah, it hasn't affected me. It didn't keep me from getting any boyfriends. It didn't keep me from getting married and having kids. That I also, but then I'm just like, well, do I have a flat head because I wasn't put on tummy time, or is this like a genetic thing? Like, do my kids have a flat head because I have a flat head?
It could be either or.
It's probably the tummy time thing because,
back in them days.
Yeah, but then even, with the new baby, too, it's trying to deal with Justine and get her moving. I was holding the baby so much and not giving her as much tummy time as I should. I still would, till she could build her muscles up. So now that they are stronger, I'm trying to sit her down almost all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, still she's my baby, and I don't want to miss out on all those cuddles just
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want her to have a flat head.
Right.
I want to love on her.
Mm-hmm. So what else is happening in the world today?
Mm-hmm.
Got this scary ass coronavirus going on.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just know everybody's afraid, and it's like a global thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like, from what I read, like common cold or flu symptoms, but then also if your immune system is low, then you could die from it,
Oh, okay.
right?
I'm not sure.
Okay. That's what it looked like to me when I was looking at what the symptoms are. It was just like fever, cough, you know, just like normal sounding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just like, you don't really have to worry unless you have your immunity is low or you have other like medical conditions or something going on. Then, you know, be more wary. But I don't know. I don't know as much about it as I probably should, other than I just feel like, well, some weird shit's going on out there. I'm not leaving my house.
Mm-hmm. Well, Joey's like a conspiracy theorist, and he's like always looking up all these crazy videos and stuff. But we watched these like videos from the people out there like dealing with it, and it's just horrible. It's so scary. Like, and then now we have like 4 cases that are out here.
Mm.
So
Basically, the only tips they gave was wash your hands, wash your hands,
Right,
wash your
so
hands, wear a mask.
stop being
Right?
disgusting, people. Wash your freaking hands.
Mm-hmm. Wash your hands.
Wash your
Give me a
ass.
mask.
Wash your
Uh-huh.
face.
Stop being a DGK.
Mm-hmm. Don't be coughing and not covering your mouth.
Yeah, and it's hard because our kids are so small, so they are still learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, yes, they could wash their hands and stuff, but when they're out, they're still like
Touching
stuff, touching
the
their face.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like a shut-in now, where I'm like, leave me here with my small children.
My little cave.
Mm-hmm.
We just went from our caves to a new one.
Mm-hmm. I just drove 2 hours to hide inside of another cave.
Exactly.
Here I am. Don't let me out of here. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we got an episode. Have anything else? I'm just really exhausted because we got like 3 hours of sleep last night. It's already 12 again.
You need to go to bed.
We all need to go to bed.
I know. All right,
Not just me.
guys. Well, that's all that's been going on in the world lately.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any topic ideas for us.
Or questions, just like my friend had the question about how we got these little cores going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Elisa's 5 months and she's already trying to coordinate her little steps. I mean, obviously she can't pull herself up yet. She can't sit herself up unless I like physically move her to sit up.
Mm-hmm.
But she could stay balanced for, you know, a couple minutes, but then she'll get tired and throw herself back down. But, you know, I like to have her separate from me sometimes, which is, you get touched out, especially when you're breastfeeding. You're just like, okay, get
Enough
off me.
hands on me for today.
Mm-hmm. So, questions like that. You know, we have some other stuff people have asked that we will
Be discussing in the near future.
Yeah, I think that's something we should do on.
Every episode to come. So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Otherwise,
Until then, stay moody, guys.
Say Moody Mommies.
Moody Mommies.
Moody Mommies podcast.